Welcome to our journey through the thrilling history and fascinating facts of horse racing. From the sun-drenched plains of ancient civilizations to the roaring crowds of modern-day spectacles, horse racing has captivated audiences for centuries. The thunder of hooves, the elegance of these powerful creatures, and the thrill of the race itself have bound humanity and horses in a partnership spanning millennia. Join us as we delve into the rich tapestry of this ancient sport, uncovering its origins, its evolution, and its enduring allure. Our story begins with the whisper of the wind across the steppes of Central Asia, where horses were first domesticated. Evidence suggests that horse racing emerged shortly thereafter. Ancient civilizations, from the Greeks to the Egyptians, recognized the speed and strength of horses. Chariot races were a cornerstone of these early societies. The Romans formalized horse racing, building hippodromes like the Circus Maximus. These venues hosted thousands of spectators. In Greece, at the heart of the ancient Olympics, horse racing found its rhythm. Amidst the olive groves, horses and riders vied for glory. These early races laid the foundation for the sport we know today. As empires rose and fell, the love for horse racing remained a constant. In medieval Europe, knights tested their mettle in jousting tournaments, their steeds as integral to victory as their own skill at arms. These contests, often held in the shadow of grand castles, drew huge crowds, with nobles and commoners alike captivated by the spectacle of chivalry and equestrian prowess. Beyond the battlefield, horse racing evolved into a more formalized sport. Kings and queens, recognizing the strategic value of breeding superior horses, established royal studs, laying the groundwork for the thoroughbred bloodlines that dominate the sport today. Across the English countryside, racecourses began to appear, marking a shift from informal contests to organized events. These early races, often run across open fields and country estates, were a far cry from the modern racecourses we know today. But the essential elements, the thrill of the chase, the bond between horse and rider, the roar of the crowd, were all present. In the heart of Berkshire, England, lies Ascot Racecourse, a place synonymous with elegance, prestige, and the pinnacle of horse racing. Founded in 1711 by Queen Anne, Ascot has hosted the royal meeting for over 3 centuries. The Royal Ascot is a 5-day extravaganza of fashion, high society, and world-class horse racing. The Queen graces the event, arriving each day in a horse-drawn carriage to the cheers of the crowd. Ascot is a proving ground for the finest thoroughbreds in the world. Horses, jockeys, trainers and owners all seek to etch their names into Ascot's history. The Gold Cup is a grueling test of stamina and speed. As the horses thunder down the home straight, the roar of the crowd reaches a crescendo, capturing the history and excitement of Royal Ascot. Across the Atlantic, another racecourse, steeped in history and tradition, prepares for its own moment in the spotlight. Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky, is the home of the Kentucky Derby, the most prestigious horse race in America. Known as the Run for the Roses, the Kentucky Derby is the first leg of the American Triple Crown. The race itself, 1.25 miles, is a test of both speed and endurance. But the Kentucky Derby is more than just a horse race. It's a celebration of Southern hospitality, fashion and tradition. The atmosphere at Churchill Downs on Derby Day is electric. Mint juleps flow, extravagant hats adorn the crowds, and the air crackles with anticipation. As the horses enter the starting gate, a hush falls over the crowd. Then it's a blur of color, a symphony of hooves pounding against dirt, as these magnificent animals strive for victory. Horse racing, however, is far more than just a spectacle of speed and athleticism. It's a deeply ingrained part of our cultural fabric, a sport that has inspired artists, writers, and musicians for centuries. From the ancient Greek sculptures capturing the power and grace of horses in motion to the paintings of George Stubbs, renowned for his equine portraits, horses have been a constant source of artistic inspiration. Literature, too, is filled with tales of horse racing, from the classic novels of Dick Francis, where the world of horse racing becomes a backdrop for suspense and intrigue, to the works of John Steinbeck, whose characters often find solace and connection in the company of horses. Music, too, has been touched by the magic of horse racing. From traditional folk songs celebrating the lives of legendary racehorses to modern-day anthems that capture the thrill of the race, horse racing has left an indelible mark on our musical landscape. Throughout the long and storied history of horse racing, certain names stand out, legends of the track whose exploits have captivated the imagination and inspired generations of racing fans. Secretariat, the Big Red Machine, was a force of nature, a chestnut colt whose 1973 Triple Crown victory, including a record-breaking 31-length win in the Belmont Stakes, remains one of the most iconic moments in sporting history. Seabiscuit, a smallish horse with a giant heart, captured the hearts of Americans during the Great Depression. His improbable victories, often against larger and more favored opponents, symbolized hope and resilience during a time of hardship. Man o' War, with his near-perfect racing record, dominated the early 20th century, his speed and power unmatched. These legendary horses, each with their own unique story, transcended the sport, becoming cultural icons, their names forever etched in the pantheon of racing greatness. Behind every great racehorse stands a skilled and courageous jockey, an athlete who embodies a unique blend of strength, strategy, and an almost preternatural connection with their equine partner. The life of a jockey is one of dedication, discipline, and unwavering focus. They must maintain a strict weight, often enduring grueling workouts and strict diets to make weight for each race. Their training involves hours spent in the saddle honing their skills, learning to communicate with their mounts through the subtlest of cues. During a race, a jockey must make split-second decisions, navigating a crowded field at breakneck speeds, all the while urging their horse to reach its full potential. It's a partnership built on trust and mutual respect, a delicate dance between human and animal, where victory is often decided by the smallest of margins. The creation of a champion racehorse is a delicate and intricate process, a blend of art and science that begins long before the horse ever sets foot on a racecourse. Breeding plays a crucial role, with bloodlines meticulously studied, pedigrees traced back generations in search of that winning combination of speed, stamina, and temperament. Once a foal is born, the long process of training begins. Expert handlers work tirelessly, nurturing the young horse's physical and mental development, teaching it to respond to commands, and gradually introducing it to the rigors of racing. Training regimens are carefully tailored to each horse's individual needs, with a focus on building strength, increasing endurance, and honing racing instincts. Nutrition is carefully monitored, with diets tailored to provide the optimal balance of nutrients for growth and performance. It's a testament to the dedication and expertise of breeders, trainers, and handlers that these magnificent animals are able to perform at such a high level. While the basic premise of horse racing, the thrill of the chase, the bond between horse and rider, has remained unchanged for centuries, the sport itself has not been immune to the march of progress. Technological advancements have revolutionized many aspects of horse racing, from the way horses are bred and trained to the way races are run and officiated. Advances in veterinary medicine have led to improved treatments for injuries, extending the careers of racehorses and enhancing their overall well-being. GPS tracking systems provide real-time data on a horse's speed, stride length, and heart rate, allowing trainers to monitor performance with unprecedented precision. Starting gates, once rudimentary contraptions, are now marvels of engineering, ensuring a fair and even start for all competitors. And high-definition cameras capture every heart-stopping moment of a race, providing viewers with unparalleled access to the action. As we look to the future, horse racing stands at a crossroads. The challenges are undeniable, from concerns about animal welfare to competition from other forms of entertainment. Yet amidst these challenges, there is a sense of optimism. Horse racing, after all, possesses an enduring allure, a timeless appeal that transcends generations. Efforts to improve safety and transparency within the sport are gaining momentum, driven by a recognition that the well-being of the horses must be paramount. New technologies continue to emerge, enhancing the fan experience and providing unprecedented insights into the sport. and the global appeal of horse racing continues to grow, with new audiences around the world discovering the thrill of this ancient sport. The future of horse racing, like the horses themselves, is full of potential. A canvas waiting to be painted with the stories, the triumphs, and the enduring spirit of this magnificent sport. Thank you for joining us on this exciting journey through the history and cool facts of horse racing. From the dusty plains of ancient civilizations to the hallowed grounds of modern racecourses, we've witnessed the evolution of a sport that continues to captivate and inspire. As the sun sets on another day at the races, we are reminded that horse racing is more than just a sport. It's a living tapestry woven from the threads of history, athleticism, and the enduring bond between humans and animals. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating content.